to let y'all know who are watching and who will watch this to go hard now. Don't wait. Don't wait, because what are you waiting on? Realistically, what are you waiting on?
Nothing. Nothing. You just wasting time at this point.
Just waste of time. Sitting there
Like,
down yourself, sitting there being scared, sitting there. Don't be no bitch.
oh no.
Yup.
They don't get it. It's okay. We get it.
I was like, yes, Lord, come on with the cancellations.
Whew, we going in it. Now I'm just kidding.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm black. Am I good? You know,
He's with the best of them. And he's one of my favorite men to emphasize.
that entrance sounds like much more than who I actually am.
All right, so my guest of honor brings a new meaning to the term suited and booted. Not only has she served in the Army for 16 years, but she has also worked in retail and logistics for over 14 years. She recently became an entrepreneur in 2018, and she hasn't looked back since. She's a beauty that knows how to load her bullets, and she hits her target every time. Now she's the ultimate budget fashionista. Today, my guest of honor is Ashley Victoria George. How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Man,
Good.
it's been a long time since I seen you, but I was like, I gotta get her on here. Gotta get her on here.
Oh, appreciate you. I was so thrilled that you asked me. I was like, what? First of all, I was hyped just because you hit me up, and I was like, what? But yeah. Thank you.
How's everything been going out there?
Everything in Florida is just, living a life. I feel like Future, like everything's good,
Life is
like
good.
the weather is good, the community is good. Only thing I will say here in Jacksonville is not a lot of stuff to do. It's not. Like we've been down to like Miami, Tampa, Orlando, like that's where all like the touristy areas are, but out here in Jacksonville, it's just real chill. So it's a good place to live, but we like be out and about and doing stuff or whatever. So yeah.
So Jacksonville is basically the Fort Worth of Florida.
Yeah. It is. Now that I think about it, it is the Fort Worth of Florida.
Yes.
And it's crazy because here, in Fort Worth, the South Side was like, don't go there past dark.
Yeah.
Here, South Side is the great
good
area,
side.
and North Side is like, don't go there past dark. Like they was just talking about shootings and stuff the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Let me stay at home. Let's lock this door.
We some real homebodies over here. I mean, besides going out in the daytime.
That's so funny. Well, I just want to ask you a little bit about your background first for the people, because I mean, I know, but they don't know. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, like everything you've done, everything.
So, yes, I'm Ashley George. Grew up in Forest Hill, FHG, Forest Hill, aka Fort Worth, Texas. Born and raised. Been in the military for 16 years, going on 16 years now. Actually, December 21st, I'll make it 16 years exactly.
Wow.
Went to Trimble Tech High School. What's up? Ooh. I'll be a bulldog. You'll be you.
I'll be a bulldog too.
Hey. But yes, so I joined the same year I graduated high school. Was the same year I went into the military. I first initially went in thinking, I wanted to go to school for nursing. I always knew I wanted to help people, but didn't know exactly how I wanted to help people. So initially I was like, okay, healthcare, that's obviously helping people, but I wanted to specialize in delivering babies. I wanted to be an OBGYN. Mm-hmm. And I found out how long school was for that, and that is a minimum of 10 years. So I was like,
Sheesh.
who's gonna pay for all of that?
Right.
So that's when I joined the military, and they offered to help pay for school, whatever. And I initially started going to Tarrant County College to, start the prereqs. And I changed my major from nursing to radiology, then went from that to just getting associates, and I hopped school so many different times. I think I finished off graduating at Weatherford College, WC.
Yep.
with my associates. And meantime, I was in the military that whole time. Because, like I said, I joined the military right at 18. And after that, I was like, you know what, this military thing is kind of cool or whatever. Like, I'm meeting new people. I haven't traveled for the military outside the U.S., but I've almost been to all 50 states.
That's what's up.
Being in the, yeah, so that's good. And then especially on the military dime as well. So, hey, let them pay for my trip.
Right.
And so after that, what can I say? After that, I won't say after that because I'm still in the military, but I kind of sort of found my way, I would say, during high school into fashion. Now, my mom, if anybody ever have met my mom that is listening, you know she can dress. And so, honeybee, you know, slayed for church on Sunday.
Yes, she does.
And so, yes, and still wear heels as old as she is. Mama,
Look,
you're not that old, but you old.
hey, she said she's still slaying. Don't do it.
Yes, still slaying. At all 86 years old, she's still slaying on these people. I ain't gonna say the other word, but these people.
Right.
So I used to go thrifting with her, and at the time during high school, I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, I hated it because I was like, don't nobody want to wear these like hand me downs. Like it's bad enough I get hand me downs from my cousins. Like I'm not about to go to the store and buy hand me downs. And so she used to tell me, well, just see if you can find something and I'll get it for you. So I was like, okay, well, she gonna give me something. So that means, okay, I can find something. And I was really surprised at the things that I would find in the stores. And so it started to become like I guess you can say like an excitement. Like it was like a thrill. Like, oh, let me see what I can find at this store. Let me see what I can find at this store. And it went from that to like my love for fashion. And I was like, you know what? Like a lot of people don't know how many like not only brand new items with the tag still on them, but like it'd be expensive stuff in there. Like, girl, like I recently found Coach, Michael Kors. What was this other brand that I cannot think of? But I looked it up and I found out the top was worth like $240 something.
That's crazy. That's
Just sitting
crazy.
there in the store for like $3.99. And so as I'm like shopping and stuff or whatever, like not initially trying to sell it. I also got into furniture as well because you know living out there on your own, you know, I discovered that I like finer things in life, but at the time I could not afford the finer things in life.
Right.
So I decided to, you know, okay, well, for example, Z Gallery. I love Z Gallery. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they're at thebomb.com, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're expensive. And so I decided, okay, well, while I'm thrifting for clothes, I can thrift for furniture as well. And I can just turn it into what I want it to look like. And so I initially did that. And then me being a Virgo, I'm very picky, very indecisive, and like to have like things look very aesthetically pleasing. So I ended up changing like the whole color scheme for my bedroom. And so I was like, I had already made some furniture. So I was like, let me go ahead and sell this and get rid of it. And then I'll use that to get what I want. When I tell you this stuff sold the same day, and I was like, a light bulb? Like, hold on. You mean I got this little cabinet or whatever for like $5 and I turn around and redo it and then sell it for $75?
Yep.
Honey, so my initial business was Victoria Customs. And so that's when it was born. The moment I found out that okay, I could just flip these furniture pieces and sell it and make a profit off of it, like a big profit, I sold it. I mean, I that's when Victoria Customs was born. But then COVID happened. You know, everybody got affected by that, and
Yeah.
I couldn't go to clients and you know visit them in their homes, or I couldn't like go out because stores was closing down. I can't initially like meet and greet with customers. I can't go over there and give them quotes and stuff like that. So I was like, let me figure out something that I love doing, that I would not mind doing, even if I didn't get paid for it, and turn it into something that can benefit me. And so that's when Fashion Habit came about. And so that's when I really dug deep and, you know, started building my brand. And I'm still in the process of building my brand because at first I would say that I was just getting anything from the store that I personally thought was cute,
Hmm.
and putting it into my business. And I was like, okay, I can't just get what I want. Like I can't just get anything. Like
Yeah.
if I'm building a brand, it has to stand for something, and it has to look like that brand, not just any old thing that's out there in the store. And so that's what I've recently been doing, is really niching down on what I want fashion habits to look like. And I'm so excited to finally launch.
Hey.
So that's what I'm getting ready to do. So that is like everything in a nutshell.
Look, well, let me first start off by saying thank you for your service, because I feel like people in the military don't get like the thanks that they deserve, the financial that they deserve either. So let me say that first. And
Thank
I
you,
think that
thank
it's
you, thank you.
amazing that you were able to find something that you love, and then find two more things that you love, because um
Yes,
I'm a firm believer that we have multiple talents. And
yes,
sometimes the one talent that we choose can unlock the door for so many other talents. So
right,
I'm
right,
super
right.
happy that you were able to find you. I'm sure you found more than three, but you found three at least.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. So I didn't even mention one.
look, and that's all right. You want to mention it now? You can.
Well, I will. So it's funny that you just said that. That in the process of doing one thing, you find out about another thing. But fashion habit is solely the fashion side, and the budget fashionista started off initially as me practicing on how to build my brand,
Mhm.
and it became like a community to where now I'm getting ready to I won't say the name of it just yet, just because I haven't trademarked it yet.
That's fine.
But it's now going to turn into a whole event where I'm bringing women together,
Hmm.
and because in the Black community, a lot of us, especially in when it comes to like businesses, a lot of us are too busy competing with each other and not communing, like not coming together and just celebrating each other. And so
Absolutely.
um name that won't be said just yet, that will build a whole community for women to be able to come together and enjoy each other's company and be able to like celebrate each other. So I'm super, and I, like I said, initially did not come off trying to do that. It's just something that kind of happened, and so I'm like, okay, God, I see you, I see you,
He
I
said
see
all
you.
I needed to.
I asked you what my purpose was, and you showing me.
Yep, and he's saying all I asked you to do was move.
Yep,
Like
yep,
all
just
just
start.
start moving, and once you start, he'll start like unveiling all of it. So
And you would not believe sometimes how scary that is to just start. Like some people, and I say some people because I was one of them, where you get scared just to start because you already think, okay, well, what if this don't work? What if this doesn't work? Or
Mhm.
I don't have this yet, I can't start yet. Or it's not exactly how I want it, so I can't start yet. Like, girl, just start. Like,
Just
just
start
start somewhere. Like you can smooth the edges out as you
later.
go.
Yep.
Yes, long as you just have built a foundation. And I had to tell myself that because, girl, starting Victoria Customs was scary, and then after that, after COVID, that was even more scarier trying to start something brand new that I didn't initially do. So
Right,
yeah.
right. And that's why I coach, because I like to help people get started.
Mhm.
Get you out your own way real quick.
Yes, yes, exactly. We are our worst enemy.
Yes, because we know us. So that's what's
Yep.
so funny about it. We know exactly what to say to stop us from doing what we need to do, which is
Mhm.
crazy. But I love the fact that you're gonna build a community for women, and just because we tend to like not be connected, or we tend to be like, I don't get along with women, so I'ma just, be standoffish and not deal with other women. And in general,
Mhm.
when really we work better together, like we're more powerful
We do.
together. So
Boy, women together, especially Black women together. Oh my gosh, it
yes,
is
ma'am.
a force to be reckoned with.
Kind of
If it's in a
scary.
positive way, but it's got
Yeah.
to stay positive.
Yes. So let me ask you this. What are your five non-negotiables though when it comes to like friendships and relationships? Because I mean, dealing with different personalities is hard enough, but I
Yes.
think it's important for us to have boundaries. So what are your five non-negotiables when it comes to that?
Ooh, the first one off the top, off the rip is drama.
Yeah.
No, I do not do drama. If I sense it, if I feel it, if I catch the vibe of it, I'm exit stage left, do not pass go, or collect $200.
Right.
Like I do not like drama at all, and I really feel like that's why I don't have as many friends as I initially did in high
Yeah.
school.
I don't have
Because
that
I
many
don't
either.
do drama. It's a
Nah.
small few, very small few.
And that's fine.
So no drama will be one. Um, not being content,
Hmm.
being content with your life. Like I want to be, because I want so much for myself that I want my friends to want other, like, more as well in their life. And if they're content, then I feel like that energy is going to rub off on me, and I'm going to get content. And I am not content with
With
anything. Like
anything.
nobody better not tell me I have to choose between A and B, because I'm gonna show you how I can get both.
Yeah.
Like I don't like ultimatums. So that would be two. Three would be I ain't gonna say gossiping, because we like a little tea every now and again. Not about each other though. That also I would say that would be number three. Don't talk about people. Like, if okay, if we talk about celebrities or we talk about TV shows, that's fine. But like,
Hmm.
if you talking about something like, girl, did you hear about such and such from high school? They da 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 da. What are you doing to help them?
Yeah. Yeah.
If they in a situation that's negative, like, are you benefiting them, or are you just sitting here talking about them? Because if you just talking about them, you waste the energy, and that's
Yeah.
I'm not here for that. Not
Yeah.
here for that. And I guess it kind of piggybacks with drama, but still, we're gonna count that too. I don't like that. Okay, I know this is kind of like mediocre, but I need a travel buddy. So
Yes,
somebody who likes
ma'am.
to go out there and see the world. Like
And don't be
I
scared to
really,
travel, man. You gotta go.
because I got to a point where if I can't find, I have yet to have a girl trip, friend.
You-
35 years old, and I still have not had a
Maybe we
girl
can make
trip.
that happen.
We
Cause
can definitely make that
we can
happen.
make
We
that
can talk
happen.
offline, yes.
Yes.
Because I got to a point where, like, I tried to have a girl trip with some friends, and last minute they backed out, and I was like, you know what?
Mm-mm.
This ain't gonna work. And so
Nope.
I want to say, was it last year? It was last year or the year before that. I had planned a trip to Cali, invited some of my homegirls or whatever, and they couldn't follow through. I mean, I get it because I don't have kids yet, and so I don't have kids of my own yet.
Hmm.
So I can, travel, but my friends that do have kids, they have to find babysitters. You have to let them know ahead of time or whatever.
Yeah.
Trina, as I'm saying this, I'm starting to see how me and you is a good fit for travel buddies.
Exactly. Yep.
But so I went to, like I was saying, I went to Cali by myself for a whole week. And
Ooh,
when I tell you, I had so much fun. I
man.
initially, because this is when I was talking to my husband, we was dating back then. And I told him about it. He was like, you should at least go on one trip by yourself
You
and just see
should.
how it is. And I was like, I had to calm my life because I didn't have to wait on nobody to get ready.
Yep.
I didn't have to ask nobody else what they wanted to do. Honey, I went and did whatever I wanted to do, ate whenever I wanted to eat, went to wherever. Like, it was just so much
It
fun.
was
It was so
chill.
friend. Yes, it was real
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Real chill.
That can
Yeah.
work.
And what would number five be? You know what? This might be a little mediocre as well, but honey, I need a friend that got some style. If not, I can help you. Like
Yeah.
that's my forte. But
Yeah.
we gotta be some bad bees together.
You gotta make sure
And
you know
honey, I
your
can get you there
style.
on a dime. I can get you there on a dime. You hear me?
Look, it's always good to have friends that are resourceful, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need to spend all our
Yeah.
money. We need the money for the trip. So,
Honey, I'm gonna help you save them coins.
I will say this too, like, with you being able to shop like that and then your size too, like, I bet it's a lot easier for you to find a lot of things
You
at the
know what?
store.
It is, but I see so much stuff for people. For example, for shoes, I
Hmm.
be seeing so many shoes that are like size six, size
Wow.
six and a half, size five, and I also see a lot of shoes that be like size 10, size 11, and I'm still in the process of building that community, but like when I see stuff like that, like I'm like, I can't leave it at the store. Like it's like who needs this? Because
Right.
honey, this is nice. This is still brand new, and I just don't know anybody who has that size or whatever. And I see a lot of cute plus size stuff, and that's another thing. I don't want to cater to one size. Like
Yeah.
if you size zero, honey, I got stuff for you. If you size 22 wide, I got stuff for you. And that's like no lie. Because if I see something that's really, really nice and has good quality, because I don't go off of just what looks good, I go off of the quality. Does it have
Hmm.
any flaws? Like, I really go through and I don't even see color. Like, I just feel the material. Like, I go through and, like, I pull it out. Like, when I go shopping, I got to tell you this. When I go shopping, honey, it's hours that I'm there. It is
Yeah.
literally hours because I go through and I search through every single rack there is, men and women. And I go through and I look at, like I said, the quality of the material. I look at the quality, like, I don't look at just the color. Like, I can go through there and be blind and then, like, feel my part. And I feel like I can still pick out something. And it always be good things that I pick out. So
You have
I'm
the
super
gift.
excited about that. Yes,
You
I
have the
got the
gift.
gift. I don't know, Lord. Thank you for the gift. Lord, I know that it's just materialistic things, but you know, we like to look nice.
Look,
Because
and
looking nice builds confidence as well.
it does, and that's where I was
Hmm.
about to go with it too, because Deion Sanders says when you look good, you play good, and when you play good, they pay good. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was gonna ask you, like, when it comes to putting together an outfit, like, are you literally trying to tell a story, or is it just a vibe you're trying to create? Like, what goes into you creating the outfit?
Honestly, I feel like it's more so a vibe
Hmm.
because me, I feel like I don't have like one look. Like I might wake up today and feel like, you know what, I feel like looking like a baddie today. Or
Hmm.
the next day I might wake up and feel like, you know what, I'm feeling more boho today. Or I might like the next day I might feel like I want to wear streetwear. I might feel like, I want to look tomboyish. Like it's so many different looks. And it just really depends on my mood on how I dress. And
Hmm.
so I really feel like it's more so of a vibe of how I figure out what to find. But like I said, I don't initially go in looking for any particular thing. I just let the store lay it out for me, and I just be finding gems that way.
Hey, that's all right. I wish that I could produce a whole like short film or like a series of you going to different states to different thrift stores.
And you know what?
That would be so
I
dope,
that is on the list to do. Like
bruh.
I'm not even kidding. It's funny that you said that, but yeah, that is definitely on the list to do. Like
Yeah.
yes, it's some stuff coming in 2022.
Well, yeah. Look, I don't know if I ever told you that I definitely love doing film and things of that sort. That's another hidden talent that people don't really know about. So producing is
Okay,
my thing. So yes.
girl, you ain't said nothing but a word.
But yes, I want to ask you a little bit about you moving to Florida, because I feel like once you move out of your comfort zone, it seems like you start to like find different things or evolve even more. So tell me
Yes.
how you have changed or how it has changed your perspective being out of Texas.
Well, it was definitely me coming out of my comfort zone because, in Texas, that's where all my family is. That's where all my friends are at. That's where I got used to. Like I had my first pop up shop. I'm not sure if
Hmm.
you knew, but I had my first pop up shop in Fort Worth, and so I was like, okay, I'm already building like my name in the street, so to say. And so, and then we up and moved to Florida. I'm like, dang, I got to start all over again. But it was like a challenge that I accepted. I was like, you know what, challenge accepted. Like I'm going to do this. Coming here to Florida, it was like I said, I got to start all over again. And I'm not even gonna lie, like my husband, he talks to anybody he sees. Like he goes to a hookah lounge. He already know the owners and stuff like that. So he's like, "Yeah, my wife's business, da 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 da." And I'm like, "Bang, baby, you you my marketer or something like that. Like you tell everybody, like,
That's good.
oh, you in the grocery store. Oh, I'm at my unit or whatever. Yeah, my wife got a business. You should check her out. She on Instagram, da da da." So he's helping me build that clientele here in Jacksonville. I just wish it was like a lot more networking events, and so that's nameless event that has been going on for like I can't say because of trademarking and stuff. But I mean, if you go on my IG, you'll see what I'm talking
Go
about.
ahead
But
and
I don't
plug
want
it.
to.
Go ahead and plug the IG.
The budget fashionista and it's stuff with STAH because you know we the stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go on there, I have a monthly event that I'm doing, and right now it's virtual. And it's like I said, it's funny that you say that about traveling to different states because that's exactly what I plan on doing with that particular event. And so like I said, here I just found out about I guess here every month they have like a little a marketing event. Well, it's not a marketing event. It's like a thing. What you want to call it? Kind of like a flea market almost.
Okay.
But it's not exactly a flea market. It's like an upscale flea market. It's like where different vendors, like you're actually a vendor.
Oh, like
you're not
vendor
just
events.
people. Yeah, vendor events. And so, and I think it's called Art Walk or some Art Walk. And so I'm also planning on having a pop up event there, just so people will know my name here in Jacksonville. And so it's cool that they have events like that because they didn't have stuff like that in Texas. But at the same time, it was easily accessible to have like a pop up event, you know, because that's where all the connects are. So I'm in the process of building connections here. It's just it's a little difficult. I don't say it's difficult. It's just a challenge.
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
Just a challenge. It's okay. Look,
because you know people out here are a little different.
Yeah, it's different from home.
You think because Florida is the South that they got that Southern hospitality, but that's more Texas.
Hey, it's nothing like home, but if you can do it there, you can do it anywhere. So that's a good thing. Well, you've been mentioning this wonderful husband, so you got to give him some shine real quick. You gotta give him some shine real quick.
Oh yes, give the hubby some shine right
get
quick.
A
He's the reason for this glow. Yeah, so he is Jacoby George. Yes, that's my boo. Yeah, that's my man. I claim him. That's my man.
And she gonna stick beside him.
Going around.
She gonna stick beside him.
I'm gonna stick beside him. But no, he's from Galveston, Texas, and it's so funny the story about us is because so when I was stationed out in Fort Worth at Carswell, some people call it NAS or JRB or whatever you want to call it. The base in Fort Worth, the only base in Fort Worth. That's not Fort Worth because Fort Worth is not a base. It's just a city. A lot of people got that confused. When I used to say I was from Fort Worth here in Florida, they were like, "Oh, you was at a military?"
No, that is the city.
It's just the name of the city. I don't know why it's called that. I ain't never looked up the history, but anywho, when I was stationed in Fort Worth, he replaced my friend. So I was friends with the old unit supply sergeant. And so he came in and I knew she was leaving, but he replaced her. And when I saw him, I was like, he looked mean.
He looked mean.
He did. Like, you supposed to come in, you know, with friendly, welcome, open vibes. And I guess he came in like, I don't know none of y'all. Like, he looked so mean. And so I already had animosity towards whoever it was coming in. So I was like, I ain't working with him. I'm not working with him. So I avoided him for like 3 months, girl. 3 months. Lord. Didn't go by the office, didn't do nothing. I mean, we don't have to work together, but I'm maintenance supply and he's unit supply. So we still can work together because we're still supplies. And so like I said, I avoided him for 3 months, girl. And I think one drill weekend we were at the range. And I'm got my Kevlar on, my vest on, got my M16. Yes, I can shoot.
You can shoot. Yep.
Yeah, I aim good.
I told y'all she can load her bullets and she don't miss the target. I already told y'all that.
It ain't just good looks.
Yes.
But anywho, so yeah, he said something to me, and I'm not a mean person. Like, he talked to me, I'm gonna be cordial, and so he said something funny. I was like, oh, okay, he kind of cool. I've been sitting here avoiding him all this time, so we became friends for like what I want to say the rest of that year. And at the time, I was dating somebody, and he was still married. And so, I think one day that following year, he I went out with my girls, and I was broken up with my ex And so I think I said something about being single, and he slid into my DMs like, "Oh, so you single now?
Are you single now?
Oh, okay,
Stevie
you
J.
single now? I'm single too. Shoot, what you?" So he was like, I was like, okay. So he invited me to a cookout. Girl, the Lord knew what he was doing when he molded that man for me. Because I don't know how I looked up. I still don't know how I looked up for finding a man that loves to cook. When I tell you,
Goals.
this man made me some Jamaican jerk smoked lamb for the
Wow.
first meal. And I was like,
That's what we do.
Let me see. Let me stick around and see if you really cook this or you ordered this. And homeboy can cook. So I was like, okay, shit, I'm sold because I like to eat.
Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, that is
Why
a
are there
blessing.
these little people that like to eat the
Hey, it don't matter. You gotta eat to live, so it's okay.
Right? Right? I got to survive.
That's so funny. Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, it was sold after that, and so like I said, we were friends first, and that's what helped because I didn't initially go off looking for a relationship. I had finally got tired of breakups, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna like enjoy being single, and so that's what I was doing. And like I said, we became friends, and then the rest is history. So
Yeah.
here we are. Had a
Look
COVID wedding and everything.
so we went and got the ring, all of that, and get
Yeah,
food cooked all the time.
he put a ring on it.
That's what's up. That
Yeah.
look, moral of the story, you don't know where your husband's gonna find you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And
Moral of the story is when they say don't go looking for love, love will find you. Who I'm a testimony to that.
yes,
So
it will
girl, when I
find
tell
you.
you, I was like, I was one hairline from being to the point where I was like, F all men. I'm not doing this no more.
I ain't doing this no more.
You know what? I ain't got time for this. Forget them, because you know what? I was like, fine line. It was a fine line, Trina. I was almost there.
And God said, girl, get back over here. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad he found you. Like honestly, like I was telling somebody this the other day, I was like, it's the glow for me. Like you can literally see it, like it
And
radiates
you
off
know
the
what?
screen. I can
A
see it.
lot of people say that to him as well. Like
Yeah.
they tell him like the way that he smells, like this is like genuine love, and like we really, because I will say this, like in the midst of us dating, we broke up twice. And
Hmm.
the first time, mediocre, we probably broke up for like a week. And then the second
Hmm.
time we broke up for like, I think it was like 2 months. And
Hmm.
we really was like, okay, we at the point of our life where we ain't got time for games. We're gonna take this time to really figure out if this is what we want. And
Yeah.
if it is, we're gonna come back full force. And if not, there's no animosity towards each other. And we came back and was like, okay, we're gonna figure this stuff out because we ain't trying to be a statistic of, black love, you know,
Or
going
struggle
through all
love
these
either.
issues. Yeah, yeah.
Ain't no struggle
Ain't
love,
no,
boo.
mm-mm. Ain't no struggling over here.
Seriously though, I feel like when you've been through enough, like you learn, and then once you got a good source of communication, you can fix
hmm
things. So I'm glad that y'all took the time to like decide. Y'all made a decision.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
really makes the difference. You made a decision.
yes. And
So,
I honestly am a firm believer of when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're gonna make some real changes. And
yeah,
I feel like that's exactly what we did. I went through my things in the past and he's gone through his things in the past. And we was like, you know what, we both sick and tired of being sick and tired. And
right.
so we're gonna come together and make this thing work regardless of what comes our way.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. Look,
Yeah.
with that being said,
Yeah.
I have to ask you, what is your definition of success and happiness?
What is my definition of success and happiness? I would honestly say it has nothing to do with money. And I really feel like success and happiness is really when you can you're comfortable living in your own skin and you are doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Like you are happy and have no complaints about either what you're doing or just your life period.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like true happiness is definitely there. I will say that once I'm no longer working for the man and working for myself,
Amen.
I will have true success. I don't care if I'm not making what I think I should be making, or I'm not making, enough to like, live this extravagant lifestyle. Like, long as I'm making something, and long as I have like a community to back me up and just celebrate what I am doing, or at least be able to affect someone by what I'm doing. I will
Yeah.
say that I don't need somebody to back me up. As long as I have somebody, at least I can help one person.
Yeah.
Then I will consider myself successful.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. Influence is so important.
Yes,
And
yes. And we
representation is
don't mean we don't mean Instagram influence.
no, we don't. We don't. We
Unless
mean
you're influencing in a positive way, because I do have like some positive influencers that I follow. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Dang it, and I wish I could, because I would strongly suggest. It's actually two ladies they always stay positive, and they consistently are putting out positive stuff. And so, and one of them is she well, I would assume both of them are Christian, but one of them I'm not really sure, because she
mhm.
don't post her religion on there. But the other lady, dang, I wish I knew it. But the other lady, she goes on there and do these reels of like you know different testimonies and different things that we go through with life that we actually think about. Even make it relatable to business. Like, you sitting
Yeah.
there downing yourself, just like that one meme that's been going around. Like, you sitting there downing yourself when there's people who wish they were in your shoes. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yep.
crazy, but
People less
yeah.
qualified than you doing it too. It's like
Mhm.
yeah, it all comes down to having your faith and like just going for it. Because at the end of the day, he
Mhm.
gonna be there to catch you regardless.
Right.
Be there to catch
Every
you
single
every
time,
single time. Shoot.
girl. Every single
For real. So tell me, what role does spirituality play in your life? What role does God play in your life?
girl. A big one. A big one. And it's so crazy because I'm pretty sure somebody out there has gone through the same thing I have, where we trust God so much in one aspect of our life. And for some crazy reason, even though He's provided for us in this aspect, even though He's always been there for us in this aspect, when it comes to something completely different, we get a little scared.
Yeah,
And faith
that's
without
real.
work is dead. And then you can't live in fear, thinking that, okay, if He helped us in this situation right here, what makes you think that He won't help you in this situation?
Yeah.
And when it came to my business, I won't lie. Like, I started out in fear, thinking, okay, I probably what if I try this, and what if I try this and I quit my job and it don't work out, or what if I try this and I don't get sales? What if I try this and you so busy thinking about the negative, like, God, like, didn't I help you over there?
Yep.
Was I not there for you? Were you not faithful to me then? Yes, you were. Okay, so didn't I help you? Yes, I did. So, and it's so crazy that the switch just flips like that, when just because it's on a different topic or whatever. And I had to like get out myself, like, you tripping. Like, He just helped you. Like, right now, do you not ever have to worry about money?
Right.
Okay, because there's been plenty of stuff, like, I'm not gonna lie, and I do not mind sharing. Like, y'all, I've been homeless before.
Mhm.
Like, I did not have nowhere to stay, and there was a time where I was so stressed and worried about money. And each time it gives me chills thinking about it. Each time when I thought that I had my last, God showed up.
Yep.
Each time when I didn't know where the heck I was going to sleep at, God showed up. When I didn't know where, and I'm trying not to get emotional talking about, when I did not know where I was gonna have food, God showed up. And so that's why no matter what I go through in life, God will always I always be number one. He's my number one best friend. My husband knows this.
Yes.
I'm like, babe, you number two. We got
He
number
gonna have
one.
to slide on over. He
And
gonna have
then
to
my
slide on
mama.
over.
Then my mama. Then it's my mama. Yeah,
Right.
you ain't the only man in my life.
Yes. Look, I
But
feel like
yeah.
that's I thank you for sharing that too, because it's important for people to understand that, like, just because you're a believer doesn't mean that everything is gonna be easy. And
Right.
it honestly opens you up to more, stuff to
Yes.
come try to attack you. But the thing about it is, like, I can relate to that because even now I'm doing everything trying to build my businesses. I still have to sometimes cash in my coins, and like, it's getting real.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But whenever
Yeah.
stuff gets like really, really low, I always get called to come nanny for a family or something. Like, all of my skills
Mhm.
are things that God uses, to
Right.
supply for me. So I
Exactly.
definitely agree with you wholeheartedly because I live that life as well.
Mhm.
Shoot.
Yeah, and when I was going, I also have to learn that when I'm going through those situations, I can't only pray just when I'm going through those situations. I can't only call to God when I'm going through those situations. Like, I need to
Right.
praise Him when I'm successful as well.
Yep.
Like, I need to let Him know that, oh, I don't only need you just because I'm going through some rough stuff. I need you
Every day.
to help me go through this success, because success is, it got some underlying, that's when people who you thought was your friends start coming out and be secretly hating on you, or wishing on your downfall, or jealous of you.
Yeah.
And so, you still gotta stay prayed up. You just
hmm
pray for them and pray for yourself. Shoot, that's all we can do.
Seriously though, I'm glad you brought that up because when it comes to success, or even like a slither of idea of it being successful, it seems like
Mhm.
people do come out the woodworks and things start to shift a little bit. And I know a lot of people can't really handle losing friends. And my
Right.
mentality on that is like, if they're that easy to lose, they're not your friend anyway. Like, they
Exactly.
just attachable
Exactly.
people. They just attaching onto you or latching onto you until you no longer serve them. So
Yes.
I'm glad you
Yes.
brought that up because that is something that happens.
And going on what you just said about, when people are your friends, one is only to serve them. Like, I had a friend that I was so surprised. I had met her at Western College, and me and her had been rocking tough since the moment that I met her. I mean, she stayed when I was still staying at my mom's house. She stayed over there with me at my mom's house. I've helped her with so many different things. Like when I'm your friend, I'm your true friend. Like, I will be there for you. I will bend over backwards for you, as long as I can get the same return. Like, I don't do it with
Mhm.
the expectation of it, but at the same time, if I'm being a good friend for you, I expect for you to be a good friend to me. Where it might
Absolutely.
not be like in the same exact way, but at least just be there when I need you to. Like, I've been there for you. And girl, it was like I was friends with her up until, I want to say, 2019, when I got engaged. And crazy thing, it was over my surprise engagement. Like, my husband reached out to her and told her, "Hey, like, I'm planning to propose to Ashley, and I want you to be there because I know you're one of her best friends." And he made it impossible for her to say no. Provided transportation, provided ticket,
Mhm.
provided anything that she needed. And the day before, she was like, "I can't make it." And I didn't find out about it till after the engagement, because my husband was like, "I didn't want to, damn, that's your day or whatever. I didn't want to, tell you then because you was so happy about that or whatever." But he told me like the next day. And I was like so pissed off because I thought about all the times that I had been there for her. And then for him to like make it impossible for you to show up, and you still couldn't be there for me. Just to be there, not for you to come out of pocket for anything, just for you
Right.
to be there, just
Your
for your
presence.
presence.
Yeah.
And the fact that she couldn't do that, it was like, it was already things leading up to me feeling like it was more like a one-sided friendship, but that
Mhm.
kind of just was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I had just had enough, and I honestly didn't feel no ill will towards her. I still don't feel any ill will towards her, but I just feel like at that moment I knew what my friendship value was, and I feel like it wasn't valued in how it should have been, and
Yeah.
so I had to cut it loose.
Look, hey, and I'm glad that you were able to come to that decision because a lot of people hold
Mhm.
on so long because they feel
Mhm.
like if I've had a friend this long, they value their friendship based on the time they've been friends, and that's something that needs to be changed. Because if they're a bad friend, they probably been a bad friend for a long time, and you holding on to people that
Exactly.
need to leave. But not to say that she was
Exactly.
a bad friend, but I'm just saying, like in
Mhm.
general, people you should judge people or base your relationships on what they do and what they say. Are they being
Right.
consistent? Are they doing these things?
Right.
Not based on how long you know the person, because that
Yeah.
does not dictate a good or bad friend.
Right, because I can know you since the second grade, and if I feel like after it's like it's okay when you're ignorant to your value. If you don't know
Yeah,
your value, okay, that's fine because you don't know. But once you know your value and your worth, you don't settle for anything less. Like
facts.
you can't just sit here and have like one sided relationship because that gets exhausting. Whether it's a love relationship, a friendship, or a family, it
Yeah,
really don't matter. A relationship, period. If it's only one sided, and I'm not saying like, okay, well, if I'm borrowing money from you all the time, I should be able to, like, you should be able to borrow money from me. Like, it's nothing like that. Like, if if I'm always there for you, if I'm always a shoulder for you to cry on, if I'm always, I have your back, I'm always there for you to listen. And the one time I need you to listen, you blow me off. Like, that makes this person feel like a certain type of way. Like, if I'm always encouraging you and, I need that encouragement too. Like it needs
right.
to be like a two-way street. And then I don't me and my husband on the same page with this, we don't agree with that whole stuff should be 50-50.
Yeah,
Both of y'all need to be putting in 100%. Like
yeah.
you don't like if it's something that you really care about, are you gonna give it 50%? Or you gonna give it 100%?
110.
Exactly. And that's the same thing with relationships. Like it's with your business, it's with religion, your faith, it's
Yeah,
with your health, it's with anything. Like you don't give anything 50%.
yeah,
So you can't, expect 100 in return and you only give them 50%.
yeah.
So
Because how you do one thing is how you do everything.
yep, yep. Sip on that.
how would you say someone would their value? Like, how did you discover your value?
It's crazy. It's crazy you say that because I initially didn't see my own value. Somebody else pointed it out to me, and it was just like little bits here and there, and it was like, okay, well, I never really did because like I'm a natural giver. Like I can have something here that's been just sitting there. You come over and visit, I'm like, sure, you can have it. It's like I'm a giver. Like I said, I'm a giver, and so it got to a point where I was giving so much, and then somebody pointed it out that like, what is somebody doing for you? Like, has anybody done this for you? And I'm like, dang, I never realized nobody hasn't done that for me. Like,
Right.
my husband is the only person who has given me a surprise birthday party. Like, my husband, like, he's like, not to boost his head up if he see this, but
No, you gotta
he's
give him his
my
flowers.
biggest friends. So
Yeah.
like there's a lot of things with that I've done with him that you would think that I would have done with one of my female friends in the past, and I have not. And so like little things like, being a giver and somebody pointing that out to me, and then, me realizing that I haven't received it on the other end, it made me realize like my value in the friendship. And then like I said, it's not just about materialistic things. Like I knew in the past like I was always um a good advice giver, but at the same time I felt like there was nobody I could call for good advice, and it was just crazy because like I said, I didn't realize that on my own. Like it took somebody else to really help me realize my value, and then that's when I started to pick up on little things as time went on, and that's when I really started to develop my value.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes someone from outside to do it, because
Hmm.
as a natural giver, that's what we do. So
Right.
I
And
feel
you
like
don't think nothing of it.
you don't, because you give what you want. Like, what
Hmm.
you treat people how you want to be treated. It's like the golden rule, you know.
Yes.
But it's important for us
Yes.
to set boundaries too, because if we don't, takers gonna take. So
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly. And my husband is the same way. And I'm like,
yeah,
there was one situation. where every time we went out, like my husband, he'll be like, "Oh no, I got it, I got it. I'll get the drinks or whatever. Don't worry about it or whatever." And I'm like, "You can't be doing this all the time because then they're gonna start to expect it, and
Yeah,
they're gonna start to think that every time that we go out with Jacoby, he gonna pay for everything." And no, sweetie, that's not the case.
right. This is the last time, guys. For
Like
real,
your
for real.
tab is up.
We like, you calculating the drinks? Like, wait a minute. That's so funny.
We're gonna split the check, please.
Yes, she had 4, I had 2, he had 2.
Yeah.
No, but so do you believe that your purpose is a journey or a destination?
Ooh, we.
She said, "Ooh, wee."
Um, I honestly think that it's a journey. I feel like it's a journey because it's one thing to know where you're going and just get there and to go through all than it is to go through all like the speed bumps, the curves, the dips, the reverses. Like
Yes,
I
seriously.
feel like going through the journey itself is it's so I won't say it's way more rewarding, but it's like you find yourself and it's crazy because I can relate that to my hair. Like the whole lock journey.
Yeah.
I initially like I'm not gonna lie, like I knew a while back when I used to go get the faux locks that I wanted locks. I was just too chicken to do it. I was too chicken to do it. And it's crazy. And I was recently talking to somebody about this. I think I was talking to my husband or somebody over the phone. That when I finally did it, the same day I got it, I committed to it, and I got rid of all my hair products that doesn't work for natural for locks. Um, and I started like making my own hair products, and I started like it opens the door for me to lead a more healthy life, and that's crazy because it's just hair. So it started with, you know, okay, well, since I'm now have locks, okay, I need to put natural stuff on my hair. I don't want to be putting like, cream of nature in my hair or what is that? Cantu, girl, the Cantu leave-in conditioner used to be my ish when I was a little natural. But I can't do that with locks because with locks it builds up and it's hard to get out. And
Yeah.
so I started like, okay, I want to only put natural products in my hair, and it went from only natural products in my hair to like, okay, I want to only use natural. I want to eat more healthy and like putting more natural stuff in my body and not as much sugar. And I'm still working on sugar because ice cream, ooh, ice cream.
And Thanksgiving coming up, you know.
Oh, ice cream and bread is my two things I'm still struggling with. But for the most part, I eat like whole vegetables and stuff like that. I don't even do
Good.
frozen vegetables. I do like whole fresh vegetables now, and don't eat pork, don't eat beef. I just chicken and fish.
So
And
you
so
coming over to my side, you about to be vegan. Come on over here, girl. Come on over here.
I don't know.
Like,
I
nope,
might be a part time vegan, but
that's
not
all
full.
right. That's all right. Look.
Like I used to. It is crazy because after I started my locks, I started meatless Mondays, and so I think for the month I did it for a month. I
That's
started meatless
good.
Mondays, and so it actually I feel like it forced me to open my palate even more. To
Yeah.
make things that are good without meat, and I liked it, but I love seafood as well.
That's
So
okay,
we
pescatarian.
gonna
That's
pray
okay.
on that one.
You can be
But
pescatarian.
so like I said, it went from natural products in my hair to natural products in my body to me wanting to use natural products in my home.
Hmm.
And so and then like it I feel like as crazy as it sounds, it even opened up to the way that I shop for myself as far as fashion. Like that's another indicator of me shopping for from thrift stores because there's so many clothes that go into landfills
Yep.
with this fast fashion. And I'm not gonna say I don't wear fast fashion at all because there's still fast fashion at the thrift stores or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not buying it from the actual retailer. But I get it at the thrift store. Like if I see pretty little things at the thrift store and it's cute and it's my size, I'm gonna get it because it's cute
Yeah.
and it's cheap. But I'm not buying it from like the actual retailer itself. And so, like I said, and then now I recycle now. Thank goodness I live in a recycle community. So now I'm like recycling more, and so it's crazy because it all stemmed from my hair.
Hmm.
Me changing my hair, change like my diet, products I use in my hair, products in my home, products like, and I feel like now I want more people to be more conscious of the things that they get. And I so often go through my closet. I recently went through my closet, I think a few days ago, and I need to post a video for it. I was not recording, but I went through my closet and really just like went through everything. And I'm like, okay, have I worn this in the last year? It gotta go. It
Hmm.
does when I wear this thing, like, does it make me happy? Do I know multiple things that I can wear with this item right here or whatever? And if I can't, and if I don't grab it, like if I go to my closet and it's not a frequent thing that I grab from my closet, like if I don't wear it often, if I haven't worn it since last summer, it needs to go. Like, and so because in the time that I've worked a lot of retail, I've accumulated a lot of things. Like when I used to work at Windsor, I think what was it like right after high school, or it was might have been during. I think it was during high school. It might have been both during and after high school. Like I felt like I worked for clothes.
Yeah.
Like because I was still in mama house. I didn't have no bills but my phone bill and putting gas in my cheap little insurance on my car. Girl,
Hmm.
I was working for clothes. And so I accumulated so much clothes. So many clothes. And I've given away so much clothes. And I still have a lot of clothes. I want to say at least 75% of my closet is for me. The other
Wow.
25 is my husband. He got one row, and I got the whole, like, girl. So on
The
this
one
side, we got
row.
shelves. In the front, we got a row at the top, a row at the bottom, and then right there is one small row and a shelf. I got the shelf, that row, that bottom row, all of that, part of that. Girl, well, I still have a lot, but I made sure that the things that I go through a lot, for example, like um, that I said that I have different moods or whatever. So I made sure that when I go through my closet, like it's things that I genuinely love. It makes me happy. Um, and I love where I feel good when I wear it. I wear it frequently, and it's just something that I genuinely would like to keep. And I think that's part of the reason why I go through my closet so often because I might feel differently 2 months from now. And
Yeah.
so I do sell on Poshmark. Go follow me on Poshmark. It's also called the Budget Fashionista if you like my fashion. But
Yes.
yeah, so I go through my closet often, and I think that's also the beauty of me being a reseller is because I can have my own stuff, and I can sell it, and then also I can go out and find new pre-love stuff and also sell it. So it's all about recycling, and I feel like that is great, and I wish more people would do it. Like if
Yeah.
you don't have to go out and source items at the thrift store, you could just sell initially from your own closet instead of just donating. Because I feel like yes, there's stuff at Goodwill and Salvation Army, all these other thrift stores, and people are going to continue to donate to those stores because it does help people. It has jobs for people who need jobs and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm more of like I said earlier, I'm a giver, and I like to actually give directly to people. And so part of the nameless event is about giving. It's about also giving, and like I said, also building the community, but it's also giving as well. And so, what I won't say the name of the event, but what I do is where it's the girls, we get together and we sip and we exchange clothes free. Like if I might have, like, for example, this sweater, like, of course, when I have the event, I'm not actually wearing a sweater, but we get together, we have like snacks or whatever, maybe a cocktail or two, And we just show each other what we have, and we just exchange clothes free of charge. And that is you recycling the clothes instead of it ended up in a landfill, like almost kind of like the movie of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I have this right here, and then 2 weeks later, somebody else can have it and rock it completely different. And it's love, like it's pre-love clothes. I don't like to say like used clothes. It's pre-love clothes. So I want like this particular sweater to make you feel just as good as I did when I was wearing it, or show
yeah,
me how you can rock it better than how I did. So it's fun. It's real fun.
yeah. Look,
Who knew fashion could be this fun?
right. It's a whole personality of its own. For real.
Yes.
It is. I love
Mhm.
fashion. I love to see women wear heels. I'm not a heel wearer because I can't do that. My body ain't built for that. Legs be hurting. I ain't got
Girl,
time for it. Look,
as
I
I
you
get older, I realize, right now I'm
that's so
no,
funny.
I used to I used to be a shift manager at Aldi,
Mhm.
and I had an ankle injury while I was there. And ever since then, them skinny heels, baby, I can't wear them. I don't care if it's a skinny kitten heel. I cannot wear.
Mm-mm.
I have to wear like either the chunky, like the clonkers. I got to wear those with the
Look.
little. I wear them with the platform, or they gotta be chunky. And
Mhm.
that's it. Them the only ones, and that's still only for appearances only. Like I wear
Yeah.
some. Girl, I will wear my Nike slides to the event and then put on my heels
Yes.
to inside. The heels are just for appearances only. That's
Yeah.
it.
Look, that's not my ministry.
It's
That's not my
not. It's
ministry.
not. It used to be. I'd have moved on. I'd have
That's
moved
so
on. The
I done
Lord
moved
called
on.
me for other things.
That's so funny. Man. If if you if you had to give a few tips on how to shop at a thrift store, how to find good pieces, what would you tell people when it comes to that?
Number one is to don't go in with any expectations. If you go in there saying I'm trying to find some Louboutin heels
Oh
that
Lord.
are in perfect condition. Now, I've had a friend, another thrift sister out there, who found Louboutin shoes at a
Mm.
store. So don't think it can't happen. I
No, I
found
know it can
Louboutin,
happen.
Michael Kors, Coach. What else have I found? Some other brand I had never heard of, but like I said, the top early was like $240 something. I've owned a pair of shoes that I got from a Goodwill in Fort Worth. Shout out to Goodwill in Fort Worth over there off Mansfield Highway. Before they turned into bins,
Yes.
I found a pair of shoes and I got them because I was like, oh, these are some cute flats or whatever, and they were like genuine leather. And girl, didn't know, something told me, I've never heard of the brand before, and something told me to look up the name of the shoes, and come to find out those shoes are just a pair of thong sandals with a little kitten heel on it. It's like 400 or something dollars.
Mm, mm, mm.
So I know those shoes with way more material, and I should have known because of the quality of it. And so that's another thing that I would say: look, don't look at the brand name. I mean, you can if you automatically recognize the brand name, and if it's a good brand name. So know your brand names. Don't go in there
Mhm.
with any expectations. Know your brand names, and not only search for brand names, but look for quality items. Like don't like 100% silk is way more popular than just regular cotton in the vintage community. It
Mhm.
also matters on what type of community you're trying to appease to. Like there's a lot of people who like true vintage things. There are some people who like there's one girl I follow, she loves pastel colors. There's another community that might like sequence things or whatever. I'm personally not a sequence person, but I rock it if it's cute. Like I feel like I don't have one particular style, and I said that earlier. Like it's all about my mood and my vibe. Like if I'm in like a rich auntie vibe, I'm gonna dress accordingly. If
Yes,
I'm in
ma'am.
I'm from Funky Town type of vibe, I'm gonna dress accordingly. So
That's so
so it
funny.
really depends. Yeah. So it just really depends. But I would say, like I said, don't go in with any expectations. Know your brands. um, check the quality of items and have fun. Like, I don't know I know there's some people out there in the world who don't like shopping, but I'm not one of those. I will go there and spend half the day. I will spend a whole day hitting up all thrift stores in the area if me and my husband not doing anything. But yeah, so just have fun with it and like just be open to whatever it is. And don't another thing I will say, and I almost forgot to mention, don't worry about the size. Do not worry about the size. If you want something fitted, then that's fine. But especially if you're it's small, because I know a lot of small people feel like, oh well, it's not tailored. First of all, you can get things tailored, and if you can't, learn how to sew.
Yeah.
That is very handy. I don't care what you need to do in your life. I don't care if you're corporate. You need to learn how to sew. Because if you have a button pop off, you will throw away the whole shirt before
Yep.
you learn how to sew. You need to learn how to sew. They got home ec for a reason. Well, I don't know if they still got home ec, but
They needed
I know
that.
they did it for a soak, and that's where I learned how to sew. And make some bomb Rice Krispie treats.
She said Rice Krispie. Hey, Rice Krispies, the hit.
I gotta see you my new recipe, girl. I got a
Jazzed
new
it up.
Yeah, I'm jazzed it up. Got sprinkles and stuff in it. Yeah, don't worry about the size because there's so many different ways. I'm sure a lot of people who might, well, I won't say a lot, but I know at least one person who's watching know about Thrift and Tail, and she is like one of the go-to people that I actually look up to. And it's so crazy because I followed her for a while, and it was before she started getting on TV and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, like girl, like the glow up is real, and it's because she sticks to herself.
Yep.
She knows what she's doing, and she teaches. You gotta bring value, just like I said, in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And consumer to retailer that's still, you got to build a connection, you got to build a relationship, and I feel like she definitely does that. And so there's one person I would love to work with in the future, and I'm so happy. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Shoot. I'm rooting for everybody that's black.
Amen.
But yeah.
Well, my last question for you is, if you knew then what you know now, would you change anything?
Honestly, I would say yes. I would have gone even harder than what I am now. If I would have known then what I know now, especially if I would have known that social media was gonna blow up the way it did.
We didn't even know social media was coming. We didn't even know social media was coming, y'all. We was on that cusp.
I remember social media was MySpace, girl.
Yes, MySpace.
And some of them don't even know about that.
Nah, and when Facebook, you had to have a college email to be able to be on Facebook back in the gap.
Yep, sure did. Everybody couldn't get on Facebook. You had to be in college.
Yes. Now it's not the same. But so you said yes, you would change it and you would go harder.
Yes.
So
yes, I would have gone harder. I would have gone a lot harder. I definitely wouldn't have wasted my time on trying to go to nursing school, knowing that I would have ended up here where I'm at now, because I could have been started this.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been started, but I would say that's the only thing I would have changed. I would have gone, if I would have known what I know now, then I would have gone harder. And that is to let y'all know who are watching and who will watch this to go hard now. Don't wait. Don't wait, because what are you waiting on? Realistically, what are you waiting on?
Nothing. You just wasting time at this point.
Just wasting time. Sitting there down yourself, sitting there being scared, sitting there. Don't be no.
You know, for real though, you can rebound off anything. You can get it back. Anything you lose, God can get refurbished.
10 times so, girl. 10 times.
For real. Well, Ashley, I'm extremely proud of you, and I'm first of all, thank you for coming on here. I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna love you. I think that the people that watch this are really gonna love your energy and love what you're talking about, because who doesn't like beautiful clothing and a woman that can shoot a gun? Let's just. But yes, Right. I'm super excited for you and proud of you, and I'm happy that you're extremely happy. It's like I told you earlier, you can see it, like it beams. So I'm
Oh.
very happy for you. So thank you, sis.
Thank you for having me.